Hi everyone, welcome to Moonrise Cottage for your Taurus February 2018 Soul Tarot reading. Hey, it's great to have you back. All the returning viewers, thanks so much for being here. I just need to continue to give my gratitude and say thank you because it's just been wonderful, the community that's been building here for just about a year now. So if you're new, welcome. It's really fabulous to have all the new folks who are coming on board. I've made a commitment to start with the image for this year of 2018, just to give you an energetic boost, so to speak, about the image that Spirit has chosen as the guide and the theme for the reading. So I'm going to toggle over and say hello, and I have a couple announcements to make as usual. There I am. Hi, everybody. So, I've been forgetting, and forgive me. I'm Mary Ellen, if you don't know, and I use the beautiful Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck. I channel messages from my spirit guides, and I use the cards. Actually, Spirit's correcting me. Spirit guides use the cards as illustration for the message that comes through to me. Someday we'll talk about that. In dreams and all kinds of ways. So as I was preparing over the last 24 hours to do the Taurus video for February, I started to have some images come to my mind. I had a little dream last night, and it had to do with, the image of the bull just standing in a field. Beautiful sunny day, filled with flowers, etc. So the message that came through is about the theme that's been developing over the last couple of months since we moved into 2018. I will speak at length about that, but I just want to acknowledge we're in a new phase of building and growth into a particular set point. So I'm going to toggle back to that card and let you take a look at that. And one of the things that for whatever reason, I got the request to load up a close-up of this part of the card. So it is demonstrative, I think, of the theme that's going forward, which is about coming deeply into your elemental set point in order to be able to emanate that energy out into the collective, and by so doing, join with those around you who have similar heartfelt, heart-centered goals for shift and change. So that's a mouthful. I'm going to toggle back. All right, so Spirit was just pushing that through, so forgive me, I interrupted myself. For those of you that don't know, below every video on the channel is a description box. If you scroll down, you will see the phrase "show more" at the bottom of that little box. That's a little bit of YouTube information and some things that I put there. If you click the show more button, everything you need to know about all my personal reading offerings are in that tab that will pop open. The link for making your reservation, the time zone converter, depending on where you are in the world. All my readings are done in New York City time zone. I'm now expanding, the things that I'm offering. So check it out. I am available now to do love readings for couples. I ask that you both come together via Skype with me so we can do that together. I am offering my services now as a medium. I just didn't have the permission to do that yet because Spirit really wanted me to focus in last year. So that's unfolding. And there are lots of fun things available now. If you want to be in touch with someone from the other side, if you would like to have a distance healing, that is a capacity that I have. I'm adding that to the things that I offer now. I am in the final process of creating, with some help from a beloved, one of my subscribers, a website that I'm hoping by the 1st of February or shortly after should be ready for publication. You'll be able to go to the website, see all the information I just spoke about, click on your choice. The calendar will open. You'll be able to self-book based on what works for you. The link will take you then to the PayPal site to pay for your reading. You will get an email confirming your booking, and the day before your reading, you will get a reminder. So lots of fun things going on in the background. I'm going to jump back in. I'm going to toggle back to the pick, and we'll jump into the reading. Okay, so energy is what Spirit wants to talk about. And this is the basis of the message that's coming out with the cards. So the first card over the top is the Queen of Knowledge. She sits suspended in the universe. And it looks like she's playing a harp, but in fact what she is doing is weaving together all the strings of your energetics in order to help you come deeply into your set point and join with others who are working very hard on the energetic plane. So with this presence, if you will, of this beautiful queen of knowledge, it is that sacred knowledge that Spirit wants to speak with you about. This theme has been coming out in every single reading that I have recorded so far for the month of February. We are all moving forward together. And if you followed along last year, you know that we were each shifting and changing and growing and deepening our energy set point in order to create a sacred tapestry upon which to communicate and vibrate, if you will, in order to create the change we like to see here on this earth. And for you, Taurus, this signifies the theme of this reading. And the Queen of Art is this beautiful woman. She sits literally suspended in the universe, and she is filled with grace and generosity. And if you looked at the astrology of Taurus, you would hear words like, the enjoyment of luxury and prosperity and security and stability, steadfastness in achieving goals, approving one's environment. Those are the things that this woman is concerned with, all right? And her job is to weave the lineage of the fates of her children on her beautiful starry loom. She is here to bestow her wealth and ability. And it's talking about spiritual wealth, really, right? So her mission is to help you learn how to value the inherited gifts that have been given to you through this process that we've all been through while we've been generating this beautiful tapestry of energy. This is a moment of freedom and new beginnings. And, the soul question inherent in the card, the mythology of the card, is to ask who or what is being woven into the situation in which you now stand. It's really beautiful. And part of what the Queen of Knowledge does is she weaves her gifts without, how can I say this? In a pure way. So there are no entanglements with the past. So in a sense, it's a new beginning. Very much so, in order to go forward, because now in 2018, we are continuing to deepen our emergence and our evolution into this new place of existence with this energy pattern that we've created here on the earth. Certainly each of us in our astrological set points, but together with all the other people who are walking here on the earth. So to have this as the theme for the reading is very exciting to me. It follows along the cards that came out. When I saw the cards come out, I thought, perfect. It's a similar message, but displayed through the cards in a way that is very particular to the journey that you have had, Taurus. So if you're new to the channel or you don't remember, go and look at last month's reading and the readings that came out, particularly from October, November, December, when you have time, right? Just skip through those readings a little bit. If you want to, you can skip to the end of those readings, like the last 10 minutes, and just listen to sort of the wrap-up. Just to help you understand the context, it's going to be important going forward into 2018 to inform yourself. So if this is the theme of the reading, the light under which Spirit says you walk, look at what is the card coming out that signifies how you walk, your aspect together with Spirit in your human journey. Look at that, Taurus. Two queens standing together, weaving your destiny and your arrival into this beautiful new place. A new life unfolding, having been through all the transformation and all the movement that came in 2017 and emerging out of the solstice. We had a lot of messaging about that. Spirit's telling me, hang on, I'm gonna toggle down. I've got a bunch of pictures loaded up. Your reading on the solstice, when I took my sacred journey to Ireland, and the reading that came out for the month of October, happened from a sacred passage tomb at 4 knocks. I went into the tomb, the door shut spontaneously. We were plunged into darkness. I had one other person with me. When the reading was done, a gust of wind came by, and the door spontaneously blew open. If you haven't seen that reading from October, please go look at it. Spirit's asking me to show you this picture. So when the door blew open, this is what I saw. And that is what Spirit's talking about. Spirit's saying, channeling through to me in this very moment, this is the visual reflection of the message that we're going to be speaking about. It is about transition. It's about moving into the next realm of your existence. And you are doing so as a spirit being, walking in a human form, having been transformed by the incredible journey of 2017 in order to join together with all the other souls that are here. It's particularly beautiful that you are having this message, Taurus. All right. So as we go through the reading, please pay close attention to the way the cards are aligned with each other. So if you look at the Queen of Knowledge, sitting suspended in the universe, weaving the threads of your destiny, the next step of your spiritual movement, she is gazing directly upon the signification of your emergence out of the solstice, Spirit saying the passage tomb, and into this new place into which you have arrived. And Spirit says, having come through a spiritual transition, walking deeper into the light of your soul mission while you are here on this earth. I'm getting all choked up as I do. You know, those of you that are following along, you know, I feel this information comes through to me into my heart chakra, then to my brain, and then my mouth has to interpret the reading, right? So these are the images that Spirit is using. Let's take a look at your human walk in the light of these notions that are coming out. Look at the cards. Just take a look. Just take a deep breath. It took my breath away, Taurus. Look at that. So we have the Queen of Knowledge and the Queen of Skill. And the first step on your human journey, having been received, if you will, through the solstice and emerging from the tunnel of light, the rising of the sun on the day of the solstice, you have been able to cross over and maintain your integrity and your resourcefulness, your courage to reunite with that of your destiny. And having emerged, the very first card that we see has to do with exactly that topic. So Spirit basically is saying, let me toggle over and show you the card. Hang on a sec. For those of you that don't know, I'm managing 2 pieces of software, so it always takes me just a moment. Hi, here I am. All right, look at that. Wow. Very clear messaging, right? In these cards, there are no images of the bull, but as close as one could get, Spirit chose this card for you. And you know, this card, I think, has come out in every single reading that I've done so far. Spirit is talking to all of us as a collective in our individual set point about the experience that we've been through and the fact that we are deepening our journey. We are continuing to emerge into this new life. Elk signifies having stamina for a very long journey. And we see the beautiful sacred spiral standing in the sky, along with the brilliant sun, having crossed over the waters. That's what this is about. Okay, so the mythology of this card has to do with this warrior. And in this reading, you know, part of what you're going to see is going to come out. There are messages about skill. There are messages about sacred warriorship. There are messages about your movement and the way in which you stand, having emerged. I can't wait to get to it. So this basically telling you the message that the cards have been saying, more has been revealed to you as you emerge, having come through this very long journey over many eons, many lifetimes, many spiritual travels, many human journeys. Much is revealed to you. This warrior lived far longer than a regular human life would last. He was the sole survivor of an epic battle. And in the end of his days, rather than have a human death and shift and change, he began to shapeshift into his new form. So again, I just want to reiterate that message that was coming out with the first two cards. I'm going to toggle back so you can see the cards. Standing, re-emerging, shape-shifting into a new life, because the Queen of Knowledge is here to help you weave the strings of your destiny with her beautiful, loving gaze upon you as you literally shift and change and grow. It's fantastically exciting, truly and deeply touching. There's a lot of love coming through for you, Taurus, for your set point, for your ability, Spirit saying, for your brilliance. I'm very excited. So let's go toggle back. Here you are emerging, and the very next step is, of course, as it needs to be, a new foundation. That is the foundation of skill. And we see this beautiful warrior in his workshop, hard at work. He has the tools he needs, and he's working with the fire of life, forging a new existence based on this very solid foundation that he has developed because of all that has come before. A new foundation because you are going to travel far, not just in the month of February, but all throughout 2018. That's the message that's coming through literally for all signs. And I've been having a lot of dreams about that. All different kinds of things are coming through. And now I'm seeing it come through the cards. So one thing Spirit's asking me to say very briefly. It's the end of January as I'm recording this. It's been a difficult month for me. We had crazy weather for a couple weeks. I got the flu. I was sick for an entire week, and I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. And then my internet went down. Then I had some family member health crisis things, and I just have been, I don't know, I just have felt a little ensconced in difficulties while I've just been going through my life. Like it happens to all of us. And there's been a very deep process happening that I've been aware of deep down inside my being. Spirit's talking about that. So there were some things that transpired in the middle of all that flurry. A need arose. I've actually been seeing it for probably 6 months now, and it's been causing me some worry. The type of thing that, in a sense, a lot of continual messaging from my heart, directing me to step into a situation and offer some assistance, and I just didn't want to do it. I'm already too busy. It wasn't my place. All the human reasons why you would think, I think I better stay out of that. I'm very committed to don't interfere in people's lives, right? But finally I just thought, you know what? My heart is instructing me to step forward and offer assistance. Despite all of my worry about that, about just taking that action, I just offered very lightly. And something profoundly beautiful happened that I never expected. There's a healing that has taken place for me and for all the people around me, all the people who are involved in the situation. And it happened almost instantaneously and is going forward. I know that that is connected to whatever is happening in the cosmos. That is, I'm a Virgo, I'm an earth sign. So I want to acknowledge that for you. You may be having an experience that is bubbling up from within you as you step deeper, as you evolve and emerge. This does have to do with communicating directly to and from the heart chakra. So don't be surprised and do your best with it. And trust that this is how it's meant to be, because I believe this is the direction into which we are evolving. So let me toggle back so you can take a look at those cards, and let's talk about the next card, which is the King of Battle. It's a perfect card to follow along based on the cards that have come out so far. You know, we have this you've emerged. And right away, Spirit is acknowledging not only the emergence, but that you stand in this place of having some great achievement. And that you have the ability to respect yourself because you have created your own foundation upon which to go forward. And as you move forward on your human walk, with, human existence on some level being a battle, right? We are all spiritual warriors, walking in a human form, spirit beings, depending on what you believe, right? But I think if you look at most spiritual explorations, religious faiths, traditions, Spirit says, deep down in the center of that information is an idea that basically encapsulates that message. That we are here to have an experience and to serve each other and our own destiny. So the other message is coming through from Spirit loud and clear, and it started coming out last year. It's coming through really loud now. And it has to do with the notion of your destiny. The phrase that Spirit just wants me to keep repeating for everyone is to acknowledge that you are your destiny. Okay? I'm going to toggle back. I want you to think about that a little bit. Let that sift down into your heart, if you will. Spirit is talking about an answer to a question that most people ask themselves at some point in their life. What is my purpose? And the answer that's channeling through from me is that you are your purpose. Your destiny of stepping into yourself as a spiritual being and becoming more consciously aware of that and becoming able to act from within that place. That is your purpose. And when it comes to what you do with that and what your profession is and what you do when you go to work, it doesn't matter if you're a brain surgeon or if you're serving French fries at McDonald's or if you're providing, cleaning help. It just, forget about it, Spirit says. Your destiny is to become more aware of your spirit being, and all else will unfold effortlessly from there. So the King of Battle is here to remind us about this process. The King of Battle, let me show you the card first of all. The King of Battle is this beautiful mystical being. All right, there's a long story, can't go into it for time. On the 31st of January, which is 2 days from now, there will be a full moon. It is a blue moon, It is the second full moon of the month, and on that full moon there will be an eclipse. So when I saw this card came out, it literally gave me a shiver, because the message that's coming to you is so exacting about the situation. That's the wrong word, Spirit says. It'll come. The place in which we are standing, right? The energy of the moment. So the King of Battle was a figure who was one of the famous Irish kings. He was also a warrior, and in a battle, his hand was severed, and he lost his throne because he had lost a part of himself. He was not allowed to be sitting in this place of leadership when he was not whole. So one of his devotees made him a silver hand. He was able to reascend to the throne, and then through some mystical events, his human hand regrew. So there's a lot of story about this guy. That's what Spirit's talking about. All right? We, all of us, are regrowing and reemerging into our wholeness. It's such a profound message. It's still, just even talking about it gives me a chill. All right? This is about coming into a place of authority, if you will. And I'm not talking about authoritarian or domination. It is about having the authority of knowledge. And if you see the way the King of Battle and the Queen of Knowledge sit literally together in the reading, it deepens this message. The King of Battle is here to bring clarity into your life, into your decision making, in order to help you gain the insight that you need and draw upon the experiences that you've had in order to give you the authority, if you will, to take the next step. And what I believe about this, I believe the message is about, because of the next card. I'll show you in just a minute. Actually, you know what? Let me just do it, because hang on one sec. So it's a certain type of authority, right? It has to do with yourself. Look at the bridge card. Standing above the revelation of knowledge, following the King of Battle and all the other cards that have come out. The very next card that is at the bridge, the place from which you connect to your spirit experience, that is the Counselor. It is a major arcana card. All right, the first one that has come out in this reading. It is a very important card in the placement that it's in, given the reading. I'm going to toggle back so you can see. So we're talking about the King of Battle having a certain type of authority from within to understand what needs to happen and create the destiny that is meant for himself. And the very next card is the Counselor. It's a beautiful, powerful transition. The Counselor is here to talk about your ability. Again, see the sun? Standing in the light of the sun. A very wise man. So we have this beautiful female energy that opens this reading, bringing the transition of a new life. Part of what the female energy, Spirit's saying euphemistically. I don't think that's exactly the right word. But, that's what part of what the female energy represents, is the ability to transition and to move between the worlds, the spirit world and the human world. Okay? We have the ability physically, but we also have a certain type of property, if you will. So there's the Hermit. In Soul Tarot, this is the Counselor. It is the Counselor of Truth. And given the way the message is coming out and the place in which he stands in the reading, all right, let me toggle back so you can see it. Look at the way the Counselor of Truth stands looking at the Queen of Skill, holding this beautiful baby who has emerged into this new place of being. So your place that you are standing, think that's why I was seeing the visions of Taurus, the bulls, just standing in a beautiful sunny field, flowers all around, beautiful blue sky, just like that card, brilliant sunshine. That's what I was seeing last night while I was sleeping. When we see the way these cards have come out and the discussion about emergence and shift and change into a new foundation, and then coming into a place of strength like a king, having been through all the battles of human existence within your own life, your energy continues to emerge. And the bridge card represents the counselor of truth, the truth of the new life that you are gaining, the new energetic set point into which you are emerging, and the counselor standing right above the revelation of knowledge. Deeply profound messaging. So the counselor of truth, here to help you understand. This is about your truth. This is about understanding yourself and being in a place where you can trust your internal knowledge of yourself, of your being, of your decision-making power. Having emerged into this new place, you can trust yourself and this place in which you stand. And if you just sort of look at this gentleman and the way his hands are outstretched, receiving what is needing to come through to him on a vibrational level, that is what he does. And Spirit is telling you, this is the place into which you have emerged. In order to become ready, you're going to stand in this way for a little bit longer, maybe another month. It'll be interesting to see. The emergence that's happening is happening a little bit slowly. Everybody is being put on message, in their own set point about this type of a process. So I was happy to see this here for Taurus. Let's toggle back. The knowledge that has been revealed to you is about the internal set point that you have and your new ability. And Spirit is basically just saying, trust yourself. You have reached this new shore. You have had a lot of knowledge revealed to you, and you can trust yourself because there is a form of truth. It's about having a touch point within you, if you will. Just, let's see, what's the right way to say it? That in your moments of silence, right? So the counselor, the hermit, is somebody who spends time alone. Often time alone in nature, often away from other people. In the ancient days, that was an unusual thing to do. It was considered to be unsafe, right? Because life was very dependent on the tribe, on the clan, for safety, for food, for warmth, and survival. And so basically Spirit is saying, much has been revealed. You now, in these days of February, take some quiet time to ponder all of this and to come to know your new set point so that you can trust yourself and the image of your new way of moving on an energetic basis. So let's transition over. I want to show you the cards on the Spirit Walk, if you will. As you come in that direction and the movement of your energy moves forward and reflects here on the earth what is happening in the spirit realm. The reflection is what Spirit's talking about of these two things. And I'm going to tell you, take a deep breath and prepare yourself for what you're about to see. And I'm just going to be quiet for a brief moment and let you just look into the cards. Here they come. Standing above the counselor of truth is another king. Very profound movement. So if you look as the readings come out all through 2018, make sure you take some time when the reading is done. And during the reading, if it's not too distracting, at the vertical lines, at the horizontal lines of cards, and from each corner, bottom left, diagonally up to the top right, and bottom right up to the top left. And you will see some of the deeper aspects of these readings. And you know, this is one of the reasons I offer private readings, because again, there's so much message embedded in here. I really, I can't get to it. And sometimes it takes an hour and it's still not enough time. So, in the private readings, we go much, much deeper because we have the time. So, the King of Skill is a very powerful individual. Also, he has risen through the trials and tribulations of his life into a place of being in charge of its destiny. So if you look at the left row of cards, the signification of the revelation of knowledge, this type of spiritual emergence into a new shore, having crossed over a great journey, and having had the stamina for that journey, standing in a very ethical way. The Counselor of Truth follows upon that energy thread, giving you the ability to understand yourself, be alone with your true self, come into the knowledge of your existence, and trust it. Implicitly, Spirit says. I'm going to toggle over. I want to show you the King of Skill. There he is. Again, beautiful male energy all throughout this reading, reflecting the intensity of a Taurus. This is a man who has been through a long journey. Do you see the ocean behind him, or the sea, and the golden light in the sand? I've had a lot of dreams about this type of an image. Clearly, he also is a warrior. His shield is hung on the wall at his back because he is not engaged in life in that way any longer. He has come across his journey to a new place of being, retaining his strength, retaining his knowledge, and retaining his skill, new skills that were built on the foundation. This new foundation that came on the human walk, along with the King of Battle, signifying the shift and change that is happening, and particularly, I believe, on the eclipse that's coming on the 31st. I'm going to try really hard to do a reading about that. I'm backed up in a way that's fairly severe, so it might not come until after the eclipse, but I'm feeling nudged by Spirit. All right, so King of Skill, standing in his workshop now. His battles are behind him. Now he is literally making the new shoes that he needs for this journey that he's about to go on, a new journey, because of the way he has emerged into this place. Beautiful messaging, Taurus. And the very next card is the Woman of Skill. So there's a lot of blending of male and female energy, which is the basic need in order to balance things so that what is meant to come can unfold. So if you look at all these lines of cards, we see male and female energy woven together in very particular ways. Spirit was talking about the set point of the feminine energy and how it has everything to do with shift and change and transition, back and forth between heaven and earth. Those are the words that are coming through. All right. Some would say the universe, some would say the mystical realm, whatever words you want to put on it. I don't care. My words are always, I'm an American, okay? So, like everyone else, my words and my thought process are largely informed by the culture in which I was raised. So, I do my best to mitigate that. Always, always, please understand that I am speaking in the widest possible way. And whatever your cultural norms are, they fit within this message. Okay? Don't limit them because of the words that my brain chooses by default. All right? So let's toggle back. Look at the top row of cards, the Spirit Walk. We have the King of Skill standing next to the Woman of Skill, who stands next to the Warrior of Art. And if you look at the Warrior of Art, below him is the Queen of Knowledge, and below her is the King of Battle. That tells you a lot about the transition and all the support and the different types of energy that are aligning in each set point. So Spirit's talking to me about chakras and about Kundalini awakening and the flow of energy within our human form and how that is transitioning back and forth between us and the mystical realm at all times. And that is what is emerging. So the very next card standing next to the King of Skill is the beautiful Woman of Skill. The King of Skill stands here on this earth. This woman stands out in the mystical realm like the Queen of Knowledge. And she literally holds the sacred spool of destiny in her hands. And what she does is weave the threads of destiny around the sacred tower of inspiration that comes through her. You see how she's emanating energy in order for that to go outward from her. And again, look at the signification of water in the background. A journey, a passage. Having come across, she also stands on a new shore. It's very interesting to me, the cards that are being chosen for you, Taurus. Okay? This has everything to do with the way in which you stand here on this earth now. The shift that is taking place. All right? I love that she is here accompanying the King of Skill who makes his shoes for his next phase of life, the new way in which he will walk into his destiny. And she is here to help him unfold it, just as it is meant to be. He has the power, the impetus, so to speak, of the male energy set point to move things forward. And this beautiful woman is here, standing right above the Queen of Skill, who holds your new life in her hands. It's profound. Let me toggle back so you can look. Look at that. Wow. So, as she helps the King of Skill wind the threads of his destiny, he has the energy and the will, so to speak, the male energy set point to move this journey forward and make the shoes he will need to walk into his destiny. This beautiful feminine energy meets him in the spiritual realm to help him wind the threads of his destiny. And the destiny unfolds. No surprise to me at all. I guess, a little bit of a surprise. Sort of. Let me transition over. That Spirit is still talking about the passage tombs and the emerging. Okay? So here's the destiny. For the month of February, you continue to emerge from the sacred passage tomb. Right? At Newgrange. And this is the type of warrior that you become. The warrior of art, who, like the words that were coming through me in the beginning of the reading, this warrior literally functions from the heart chakra. He wears the purple-blue garments of complete transformation. He has emerged through and out of the passage tomb on the solstice. And so our emergence and our shift and change continues, right? And there he is, standing here on the earth in this way. And look, he's got energy in his hands. It is emanating from him. Do you see the throat chakra? Significant change. And an awakening at the crown chakra. It's interesting. Okay? And so what Spirit's talking about, I'm going to toggle back because I want you to see it in concert with the other cards. There's some messaging going on in the background about Spirit's talking about the saints and the prophets. And when we see the way human beings have Spirit's talking about paintings, all right? The way we have depicted those individuals across all cultures who rose to a place of sacred prominence, all of them, I don't actually, you know what? I'm humble. I don't factually know if it's true. I'm assuming it is. Spirit saying all of those pictures, there is always some depiction of energy around the head of those individuals. A crown chakra awakening, an ability to be directly connected to the spirit sacred realm, the universe, the cosmos, and to each other. So while we're talking about this concept, the other thing that I just popped into my head to tell you, if you don't know, you can go and look it up on Google or on the internet. Science has just proven, finally, that it is literally true that all humanity is connected by virtue of the energy that emits from our brain. It is like the internet. There is definitely an energy connection across all of humanity. And I believe, it was very interesting to me that it just happened. So, you know, last year, Spirit was talking about, we're weaving this tapestry. That's what it was about. So, you know, I'm getting a little choked up. So now we know intellectually, we know because of the messaging that's come through, we know because of the astrology events and all the things that were prophesied about that from a lot of people, right? I'm just a humble card reader. The message is coming from all different directions. Now, in the human realm, we understand how that works. One piece of it, all right? I believe there is also energy that emanates from our heart chakra, for sure, as a connecting point. As we go into 2018, I think that's going to be our job. We are going to learn very deeply about that and about our energetic connection that many of us have been talking about philosophically. Now we know it's true. We have been moved in to this new set point in order to be able to access that, to grow into it, and begin to be able to function in that way, to go forward into our destiny as warriors of art. So let's take a look at the outcome. Oh, you know what? I was going to show you a pic. It's a picture of Newgrange. Okay, so there's the warrior of art standing in the field at Newgrange. That's one of the pictures I took when I was there in October. It's an astounding place. If you don't know much about it, you can look up Newgrange on the internet. You can find videos that people have taken on the inside. It's amazing. There are some videos on a playlist on my channel having to do with the sacred passage tombs. If you want to learn more about them, you can go look at that. All right. So let's toggle over to the outcome card. No surprise. You're not going to be surprised. Check it out. Given the discussion that has come out, this card being here is a supreme gift. It solidifies the message. Take a look at that center row of cards. That has everything to do really with the core of your being and the core of the message. All the other cards are signatories about how the energy is moving and how things are going forward, the nature of that and the purpose, if you will. But here's the central message. It's truly astounding to me. So that is a major arcana card. So on each side of the core of this message, there's a major arcana card. All right, look at that. We have the Counselor of Truth, gazing upon the Queen of Skill, rather, who stands in the center, holding your new life form in her arms, welcoming you into this realm with the assistance and the beautiful, gentle guidance of the Queen of Knowledge. You are literally embraced by the universe in some very powerful ways. And the whole story is about emergence and the destiny of that. And as you emerge out of the passage tomb, out of the solstice, Spirit's talking about the passage tomb, so I'm just going to say it. And, go look at the October reading. That's all I can tell you. It was really profound. So the outcome being about the renewal of devotion, the new place, having come through this passage, having emerged from the sacred altar bowl on the solstice at 4 knocks. When this moment happened and the door blew open, I had just finished the Taurus reading, and I looked up and that's what I saw. And I believe, in that moment, it was very profound for me. I understood something at the deepest core of my being about the cycle of life and the way we do pass through this realm back and forth into the light. You, Taurus, in the month of February, are having this particular type of journey. The outcome of that journey that is going to prepare you for what will unfold in March is the renewal of your devotion. The Counselor of Truth stands on the far left side of the center line in order to help you understand the essential truth of this notion and this experience that you are having, and the things that are awakening within you in order to assure you that you can have absolute faith in this unfolding and in your part of what is about to begin here on this plane of existence. The beautiful renewer of devotion is here to accompany you in this way and to assure you that going into the days of March, what you need for that next piece of the journey as the year begins to deepen, you are going to go through a process where you're going to experience deepening your compassion and your love and your understanding for all the souls here, for the whole universe, bringing you a better understanding of all of these patterns and all of this experience that we have, and understanding how this transformation is imminent for you as a Taurus and for all beings here in this realm. And Spirit saying, and across in the other realm, right? The disembodied folks, the folks who come through in a lot of the personal readings. Part of what's been happening, I would have never called myself a medium, but part of what's been happening is people come for a personal reading and all of a sudden, the grandmother's here, or okay, there's somebody here. Who is this person? Astounding things, right? So I'm watching my own self as a clairvoyant person. It's just happening. It's deepening in a way that's pretty significant for me. And so I know it's true for everybody. We all have gifts. And again, don't forget, you are your purpose. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. Allow your development to happen and go into the deepest place of that within you and know that the destiny is there. It is unfolding. And your awakening is assured. So I'm wishing you a wonderful month of February. It's a funny short month, but it's going to be a powerful one based on all the cards that are coming out. So I'm going to toggle back and leave you with the cards. Taurus, thank you so much, as always, for being who you are, for being the powerful earth sign energy that you bring to this place where it is meant to emanate and help all of us evolve. So have a wonderful month. I'll be looking forward to speaking with you on the thread. I've been a little absent the last month or so because so much has been going on, but I'm looking forward to re-engaging in those conversations. Anything that comes to you, anything that, moment of understanding or epiphany or experience or dreams, let us know. It helps everyone to share those experiences. So I'll look forward to hearing from you, and I'll be very excited to speak to you again in March. And don't forget, you are your purpose. Thank you, Taurus.